Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Jules and I are out in the Sportivo and we have landed at the second site of our Cornwall trip. We're now at Porth Beach Holiday Park at Porth Beach, which is right next door to Newquay. Now, I chose this site literally for its location, and I think I literally have paid for the location. We'll come on to that in a bit. In this video, I'm going to show you around the holiday park that we're staying at. We'll have a quick walk to Porth Beach, which is literally the other side of the road. And then we're going to have a walk into Newquay. Now, Newquay is a very big and popular town in Cornwall. It's got several beaches, loads of things to do and see. So hopefully if you're coming down to Cornwall, you might find this video of interest. Let's make a start with the campsite first of all. So Porth Beach Holiday Park, as I say, literally is across the road from this beautiful beach. And I think that's what the main draw of the campsite is. Now, stand by for how much I have paid. Let me know in the comments what you think. So here we go. My pitch, I have chosen pitch 50. This is one of the largest pitches on the site. It has electric hookup and this one is grass. They do have some hard standing pitches as well. So my pitch, the line runs down here, which hopefully you can see that in the grass. And then I'm literally over to the other side. So this is my pitch, which to be fair, it is a good size. Obviously, if you had an awning and a car, you're going to take a bit more of it up. The other pitches, as we can see, sort of feeding round, these are grass with electric pitches. They start to get a little bit smaller. My pitch has cost me £60 a night, approximately. £60. That's a hell of a lot of money for me personally. So what do I think about that? Well, I think I've paid £30 for the pitch and £30 for the location. That's what I'll say. Obviously, if you get a smaller pitch, it's going to cost you a little bit less. I was quite surprised when we arrived at how quiet the site is. It's a little bit busier behind me, but then as we see up this end, it's really quiet. So it's good because I do like a quiet site, to be honest. Not that I'm antisocial, I just quite like my own space. But yeah, so it is pretty quiet. And I think that's probably because of the cost of the campsite, to be honest. Facility-wise, facilities aren't bad. There's bin and water points dotted about. The facility block is just over there. There's one block for the whole site. What we'll do is we'll have a little trot around and then we'll head out through the entrance and exit, which is also quite unusual, so I'll show you that. And then we'll head to the beach. So there we go. That's a brief little tour of our pitch here. So this is 50. Ideal if you've got a bigger motorhome or caravan. They take all sorts of leisure vehicles here, including tents. Right, let's make a start and go and find out a little bit more. So this is the main facility block for the whole site. There's ladies and gents, there's a laundrette, a dishwashing room, the chemical disposal point I believe is here, not been to look for that as yet. Facilities, they are very clean, they're fairly modern, there's plenty of toilets and showers. The showers are fixed head, you just give them a push and you get a burst all at the same temperature. So if you like different temperatures, you're a bit stuck. The most interesting thing there is the toilet. So I had to climb onto the toilet because it is so high and my feet were dangling about 4 inches off the floor. I did take some footage and deliberated whether to include that in this video. So whether it will appear or not, I don't know. But I was so bemused by the fact. Anyway, so those are the facilities, lovely and clean, and they do what they say on the tin. Other than that, I don't think I've got anything else to tell you about those. What we'll do is we'll carry on walking down the site and I'll show you where the motorhome grey waste disposal is. And if you need water for your motorhome, you are welcome to use any of the taps. You just have to attach your own hose pipe and fill up your water tank. It is quite a windy day today, so I do apologise if there's wind noise on my microphone. We've had some amazing weather, as you've all probably enjoyed all over the country, and we've still got amazing weather. We just happen to have very strong winds today, which that's fine. It's nice to be out in it. Right, I'll see you at the grey waste point. When you come through the main entrance to the site, which is the reception building just over there, it also gives you access to a public car park. So you'll drive in, stop in the bays marked check-in only and go into reception. It's a little bit tight as that entrance, to be honest, so just be careful if you've got an 8-foot wide van. Here at the entrance, you'll see that there are barriers. These are AMPR operated, so they'll take your registration, the barriers will open, and then you can drive through those onto the site. So at least you have got that level of security. Now with your motorhome, when you arrive or when you're leaving, if you need to dump any grey waste, there's a motorhome grey waste point here. So drive onto this bit and dump your waste. If the car park's full, imagine you just have to do a couple of little manoeuvres to get yourself around. But yeah, that's basically motorhome point, security barriers, they're always good to see, and then that Porth Beach entrance. What we're going to do next is we'll make our way out, literally the road is there, we'll head out there and go and take a look at Porth Beach. I've already had a little look, obviously, and it's quite nice. This is a nice beach, so I'm looking forward to this. And there's also a really nice walk onto Porth Island, which is literally just running along the side of the beach. I'm going to do that later today, and that takes you out onto sort of the cliff top part, and then you can look down onto Porth Beach itself. So that's later on for today. But for now, we'll head out and we'll take a closer look at the beach. This is Porth Beach. This is what you're paying £60 a night for, to literally walk out of the campsite and be on this beach. And it is absolutely stunning. And the sand, it heads right off over there, and you maybe see the sea up there. You get a better view of it from Porth Island. The path for Porth Island is literally just up there. So you walk up there, turn left and head out onto there, and you get a much better view just there. But to get onto the beach, there's a couple of steps just in that corner there, and you can cut down, because as you can see here, unless you want to get wet feet, you're going to have to splash through a little bit of water to get onto the beach here. There's another ramp at that other side as well, but again, I think you're going to have to splash through the water. So cut through there and you are onto this absolutely amazing beach. There's also a bus stop right outside the park, goes either way. So if you're wanting to explore Cornwall a little bit more on the bus, you can do that. There's also some bike routes as well around the area. If you use the Strands website, you'll be able to find the cycle routes. But that there is Porth Beach. What Jules and I are going to do next is we're going to head off on foot into Newquay. Now to do that, you can either come out of the campsite, turn left and go up the hill and walk along the footpath and get onto the coastal path, or you can cut across the beach, pop out in that corner there, and that'll take you to the same path basically. So you can do either route. To get into the sort of bang centre of Newquay, where it's a much more busier, it's about a 2-mile walk, although about 1.5 miles will get you nicely onto a couple of the Newquay beaches. So that is what Jules and I are going to do. Or you can jump on the bus and get the bus up there. Right, we will see you on our travels at the first beach that we get to in Newquay. We've walked along, we came up the road instead of coming across the beach, but we've walked up the road and then we've dropped down Beach Road past a nice little tea room. I think it's called Gwenna Tea Room. That gets really good reviews on TripAdvisor in case you want to stop for a brew. We've now come up this is the coastal path, and we're going to follow it along to our first beach, which is Lusty Glaze, I believe it's called. Jules, don't laugh, it's not Lusty Gaze, it's Lusty Glaze, but we'll get there soon. But just to show you, obviously, Porth Beach from this side at the other side, so you can see how big this beach is. There's dogs all over it, so I presume there's no restrictions. Some of the beaches in Cornwall do have dog restrictions and some don't, so check that out for yourself if you are bringing your dog. But for now, we're going to carry on along the path and and make our way towards Newquay. About a 10-minute walk from the site and we're here at Lusty Glaze Beach. This is absolutely beautiful. To get to it, you access it via Lusty Glaze Road. There is a staircase that you're going to have to go down, but at the bottom they've got a really good sized cafe and restaurant down there. It's a beach bar restaurant, so you can sit out there. Beautiful beach and that amazing sea view. There is also a car park here, so if you were just coming for the day, there is a height barrier though, so I think you probably have to be under 2.2 metres, and there's a little coffee shop trailer as well here, so you can see that for yourself. But yeah, look at that, so that's beautiful. So that's the first beach we've got to, and yeah, it's quite a view from up here. Lovely. Right, Jules and I will have a moment to look at that, and then we are going to continue on foot along this road to our next beach. Next stop, next beach, Tolcarne, I don't know how to pronounce it, Tolcarne, Tolcarne. You can tell me in the comments, I just like to make it up, as you know. So here's our next beach, and again, a massive expanse of sand and beautiful sea coming in. The beach round to the corner of it, just over that side, that's Great Western Beach. We're continuing our travels, and we'll get round there next. So the road, or the path, now follows the road. So we've come across a bit sort of cross country, and this road is going now into much more of the depths of Newquay. So if you're heading for the town centre, we're going to keep going this way. Right at the far side of Newquay is where you'll find Fistral Beach. There's also sort of marina area, or the port harbour area, that's around there as well. Woof! I don't know if we'll get there today. That from the campsite is about 2.5 to 2.6 miles, I believe. But yeah, so we're going to carry on and see what we find next. We've made our way through the busier part of Newquay. It gets a lot busier as you go on. So we've made our way through there, lots of different shops and pubs and bits and pieces. And this is the last beach that we're going to get to. This is Towan Beach, and you can see the view down there. Now, you can continue on through Newquay and out to the other side, but we're not doing that. So just give you an idea of some of these beaches. Jules did point out that this lovely little house here, don't know whether you can see the footbridge going over to it. If your bridge went, you've a bit beggared for getting back home, aren't you, for the day or two? But yeah, what a beautiful little like hilltop house, just literally on its own bit of rock. So that's another view from up here. What we're going to do is we're going to get some lunch in Newquay. I'm not sure where we're going to go. There's a few good chip shops as well. I don't know whether I'll try one of those today. It's a little bit early at the moment for fish and chips, but it's never too early for ice cream. There's one called Freddo's, I think it is called, and it's literally just sort of here where I am at this beach here. So I'm going to go and try and find that and sample some ice cream. And watch out for the seagulls. I've got a bit of a seagull phobia as I've got older. They seem to want to swoop down and steal everything I've bought. But you know, that's life. Right, Jules and I will catch you at some point, somewhere, either in Newquay or back over at Porth Beach. We'll wait and see where we see you next. We've walked from Newquay back to Porth Beach. It is still windy, but we've come up onto Porth Island. Oh wow, this is absolutely fabulous. So we've come onto the island, over the bridge, which is a nice little trot along there, and then along the path, and then up a staircase where you just see the sky ahead of you. Then you pop out here. So you've got a really good view, obviously out to sea, and then into the bay that leads then down into Porth Beach and the amazing beach down there. Absolutely fantastic. It's quite interesting. Well, it's actually not that interesting, but it's quite interesting. In 1939, they excavated up here and found some remnants regarding the Iron Age. It looks like there was an Iron Age settlement here as well, which might not be all that interesting, but you know, it's something. So yeah, wow, absolutely fabulous, really, really good. So I think we'll end the video up here because I don't think the pitch can really compete with this. Porth Beach, the holiday park, expect to pay is all I'm going to say, unless you get a smaller pitch, and then you're not going to have to pay as much. Funnily enough, a rally's arrived on the site, so maybe go there with a rally. It might be a bit cheaper. But it is a really good base, particularly if you're motorhoming, because you can get everywhere on foot or on the bus or on your bike. So there's lots of options there. And there's places to eat round here as well, and little cafes. But yeah, we've had a really good time. We've enjoyed this one. Newquay itself was very busy, even on a Monday in June, very busy. So just bear that in mind. If you're not massively keen on people, you're going to be surrounded by them. Right. If you've got any questions or you've got anything to comment about in the area, please do add it down there. That's always really helpful. Other than that, I'll leave all the links in the description for you to check it out for yourself. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.